Hey, beautiful people, it is Susan, and thank you for joining me on Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise today. And today is our version of Sunday segment. And so I just give you a little mini sermonette, as we would call it. And it's really just to encourage and to motivate and to inspire you. So the word for today on Sunday segment is going to be that God is fighting your battles for you. God is fighting your battles for you. And so I've been going through the book of Joshua, and then of course I've ended up in the book of Job. And so even in both of those accounts, when Joshua had taken over the leadership after Moses had died, and he was the new leader of the children of Israel, of God's chosen people, and Joseph, excuse me, Joshua and Joshua. That's another one. So God is He's fighting our battles, even when we talk about the story of Joseph. But when we're talking about Joshua, Joshua, he went before the Lord and he asked the Lord, when they went to the promised land over in Jordan. And he wanted to know, can we overtake them, especially when went up against the people of Ai, and God said, go over and pursue. And so when they did, they only took a small amount of soldiers, because of the fact that they just were not going to need it, because it was a really small place. But what ended up happening was the small place, Ai, ended up defeating the children of Israel. And the reason that they defeated them was because there was sin in the camp. And so God is saying that, He is going to fight our battles, but He gave us a will. And we have to make sure that there is no sin in the camp, if we want God to fight our battles, because we kind of handcuff God when we have sin in our lives and we're expecting God to bless us, whether it be in our relationships, whether it be in our finances, or just whether it be in our physical bodies for our health. So remember, beautiful people, we got to get away from the sin. For those that know to do right and don't, then that is a sin. So you don't have to worry about, oh, well, is this a sin or is this not a sin? If you know in your heart of hearts that that is something that the Lord would not be pleased with what you are doing in your life, then that is a sin to you. And so again, what we must do is we must get the sin out of the camp. As the story goes, God said the reason that they were not able to overtake the people of Ai was because there was sin in the camp. Turned out Achan, uh, who came from the tribe of Judah, he ended up, taking what they call the accursed thing, and that was something that was consecrated unto the Lord. So when he took those things, out of the Ark of the Covenant, and he went and hid those things in his tent in the ground, and God told. He told Joshua, the reason that you guys could not overtake that small city was because there is sin in the camp. So, Joshua consecrated himself, and then, God showed him how to, line up the people by the tribes and everything. And it's funny because the first tribe that he came to was the tribe of Judah. And we know that that is the tribe, Judah means to praise. And so, and actually the sin happened in the first tribe. So when they found out, not only was Achan, taken, and but all of his possessions, all of his family, and all of his heritage. And so when God wants you to get the sin out of your life, He wants you to get every aspect. So He went through all the generations. He did not say, okay, well, Achan just did it, so we're going to deal with him. No, He dealt with the entire family, everybody that was in the lineage of Achan. And once the sin was out the camp, then the children of Israel was able to go against those other tribes, and they were able to defeat them and take the promised land, the land that God had already given them. But remember, they had to get the sin out of the camp. So remember, God is fighting our battles. Again, whatever battle that you're facing today, know that God will fight your battle, but we have to get the sin out of the camp. So we don't want to have any spiritual achings. We don't want to have any physical achings in our lives. So whatever it is that you're dealing with, and the Lord will deal with you about it, through his word. You may get a word from someone else. You may be, hear a word from your pastor, or you may just hear a friend, or you just may hear someone speaking that word, and it will convict you in your spirit if you know that you are operating that particular sin. And sin is not some big or small thing. Sin is just missing the mark. If you know to do right and you are not doing that, then to you that is a sin. So we must remove that. So beautiful people, God wants us to have an abundant life. He wants us to have a blessed life. And the way that we do that, and the way that we can ensure that God always fights our battles, is if we remove the sin from the camp. So I love you, beautiful people. This has been Susan with Sunday segment, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take care. Be blessed. Bye-bye.